He took a swing at me, and you're not arresting him. I want your supervisor here right now.
I'm actually the supervisor.
You're the supervisor?
Yes.
I've got carpal tunnel, and I just took headshots.
What's going on, man? I was smoking a cigarette, and this guy comes up here, and he's like, "Get away from the door."
Well, I stepped out of my car.
First off, man, are you okay? Like, do we need to get you medical help?
I don't know. I haven't looked at myself yet.
You're bleeding, but...
Yeah, I'm bleeding.
Okay.
A whole bunch of them were standing around the freaking door over there smoking.
Okay.
Like, a whole bunch of them.
Okay.
And I may have been a little curt, but I said, hey, you know, it's Utah. Don't be smoking in front of the door. 25 feet.
Okay. Which you're right.
And they started telling me they'll do whatever they want, basically.
Okay.
So what had happened was he was smoking a cigarette. The dude walked by, he had a cop. He started mouthing off, calling other people names that were trying to tell him to calm down.
Okay.
So it turned into a yelling match. Most of them kind of moved off.
Okay.
But the one,
Okay.
he decided to put his foot down.
Okay. What did he say?
He kept saying, no, I'm going to do what I want, basically. I don't remember all the exact wording, but no, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to say, get away from the door.
Okay.
Quit smoking in front of the door.
Okay.
And then he took a swing at me. And when he did, he pushed himself off of the glass and broke the glass.
So how did that break then?
Because when he went to swing at me, he pushed himself backwards. Like
Like launched off of the glass?
yeah, his fat nut broke the glass.
Okay.
From what I had seen, the other guy was holding him more so in a lock with his chest closer to the other guy's chest.
Okay.
And had his head down and more of a grip that way.
Okay. So if you could say who was the aggressor?
I would say it was the other guy.
Sir?
Yep.
I was walking through here when it first started.
Okay.
The guy down there is the one who really was going off.
Okay.
And these folks were just standing here talking.
Okay.
He told them to move, and every other word was the F word.
Okay.
And I was gone.
Okay.
But that's what I saw.
With a consensus seemingly reached, officers now move into the next phase, locking down the witness statements and securing the scene.
Do you know if they want to pursue charges for the window broke? They do? Okay.
Aaron, who we saw earlier, has sustained multiple lacerations to his right arm as a result of allegedly being pushed into the glass. While waiting for EMS to arrive, officers remain focused despite the ongoing distractions.
Let's take a look at this real quick, man.
Pretty good.
More further down here, under this one.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's stitching.
Got that? He's got multiple smaller lacerations in the back right here.
Nice. Like attitude.
And then right back here. Here and here.
Oh, yeah.
With Aaron under care of EMS and en route to the hospital, focus shifts to Brian Hatcher, a 36-year-old truck driver who has recently gotten his real estate license and is hoping to launch a new phase of his career. He had stopped by the Zion Outlet Mall after getting off work a little earlier to pick up some new shoes. However, he just couldn't let it slide when he walked through a puff of smoke on his way to his destination.
I have allergies. I got sinus issues and stuff, and having to deal with smoke. Like, if it's out where it's legal, don't smoke at people's face. Like, that's just a well. So,
As of now, you are under arrest for the
you
assault.
were arrested. You were arrested.
You are under arrest for the assault, okay?
You were arrested.
You gotta stand up for me. Face away from me. Face away.
Listen, did I not tell you? Did I not tell you? Did I not tell you? How come you're not arresting him? He's the one that took a swing at me, and you're not arresting him. He took a swing at me, and you're not arresting him.
I can explain it to you, man, but you can't.
You can't explain it to me because you're not arresting him. He swung at me. He hit me. I want your supervisor here right now.
I'm actually the supervisor.
You're the supervisor?
Based off of the totality of what...
Oh, because he's got friends and I'm by myself. So I know when he backs the boiler anymore. You know, I used to back the police. I used to be a base man. But they keep pulling on my wrist until they caught. I have carpal tunnel, by the way. And I have a torn shoulder.
Okay. You just gotta let me know, man. We'll make sure that this is as comfortable as possible. I know it sucks, so.
No, I do wish I was a minority because then I'll get put in these guys for being racist.
Well, I'm a minority, so I mean.
Well, I know. That's why I. Because.
No, you're not. You're not. I'm trying to explain everything to you, man. Okay, let's go walk over here. Okay. I know you got carpal tunnel, so. Hop it, girl. Here, stand back out. You're gonna have to do it like this. You're gonna have to face your back, okay?
Catch your hands. What happened?
It's not just my hands, you faces. I have a fucked up knee, I have a fucked up ankle, I've got a fucked up back, I've got a carpal tunnel, and I just took a fucking headshot. You guys can't do that.
Okay, come back out then. Come back out. I'll help you.
You need something else? I got you. Help. I can't get back in. I got you. Okay, show her.
What's going on? Hands. You have a belly chain then? We can try to put it in the front.
We'll throw a second set of cuffs.
Here, I can widen them for you.
I'm supposed to have surgery on my f***ing hands.
Do you want to add a second set to spread them out a little bit? Do you think that'll help? Maybe let a little bit of pressure off?
You want to try that?
We could do that.
You got to do something, guys.
Stand up for him. He'll
Okay, just face that.
adjust it.
We're gonna get this one out. I got a whole finger right there, dude. There's a lot of space.
It's not about the space. It's about the angle that pulls on the tendons.
Right there. Is that
And
better?
it makes my fingers go numb. It makes my hands go numb.
Is that better?
It's better for now. I don't know if I can sit like
Okay.
this, though.
Arrest him for assault.
How about that? How about doing the job so that we can back the blue?
I'm trying to explain it to you, but you're being rude and disrespectful. So, is there any more?
No, I think here. Why don't you stop? Why don't you let me go through here?
It's not gonna fit regardless.
I'm not that. Okay, it's not going to fit. Vegan mixed in.
It's just your angle, dude.
My right hand is going down.
Okay, step out again.
Elbow.
That's 14, bro. Try to find a chain for you so you can put them in front, okay?
That's the bright side about all this. No, I can leave my job and go live on the streets. Well, I hope that doesn't happen. No, you don't. You guys don't care. You guys have never cared. By the way, I don't know about you, but I used to be in the 213th and the Triple Deuce, and half of them were a bunch of. And I know what you guys say and do.
Well, I appreciate it.
I've heard all your stories about all the things you guys do to people and to each other, and all the things you say about people. Please sit down.
Yeah, sure. Let's walk over to the safe, man.
While waiting for the belly chain to arrive, Brian takes the break in events as an opportunity to continue his performance.
Hey, just a warning. Don't fall no feeling out slow. I know I'm not doing myself any favors. You guys will never, ever be on myself.
Random people that have nothing to do with anything. There's no
I'm
reason
free to talk to them. That's literally my.
Not really. We
Right.
can have you sit in the car instead, so you.
Yeah. Well,
You're
you
under
can
arrest.
until
You're
until I
detained.
until I sue you for damaging my hands, which are already damaged. Where's that other officer? He was nicer. And if I get water that's actually cold, not some warm like the other guy got.
If we can find it, we can try to get it for you.
Did he already have
Stand right
water?
here. No, he gave me hot water. He gave me a bottle of hot water. Literally hot, totally hot. It was so
Maybe.
like literally, if I drank it, I would have.
I understand. We don't have water in our pockets.
But you also have to understand when somebody is thirsty and they've been in a high energy situation like this and they've already worked tons of hours in the sun.
I do
She'll
understand
get me
that.
some water.
We'll get you some water,
Hit the
but
ground. There's 2 restaurants right there.
they're not my restaurants.
But you can ask them for, as one human being to another, you can ask them for the courtesy of a cup of water.
It's safe to say officers are aware that they could go ask a restaurant for a cup of colder water. They will, in fact, bring Brian some in a matter of a couple minutes. It should be noted that he could have already been in an air-conditioned vehicle or building right now, if it weren't for his numerous complaints and requests.
So I didn't have belly chains exactly, but I've been ready to work.
Cool. Yeah. I think those will be better for his wrist as well as
Shoot
the.
that on the back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just got plus they're bigger.
Stand up.
Yeah.
We're gonna put this on the back. It'll give you more space. Yeah. Here come the shades. You're not standing in the.
Yeah. At the size of the wrist, I think is going to make the biggest difference.
Do you want them like that? Do you want the back of your hand facing forward?
No, my hands are front. You guys don't care about it.
No, it's not that we don't care. We have to kind of do things how we
Yeah, I
want.
know you think I'm some sort of study or something.
The jail actually has policies.
Yes, I know.
about that as well.
They don't care. I get it.
Back in the car, Brian takes an opportunity to offer several suggestions, critiques, and educational advice to officers.
Group will always be believed over an individual. Always.
So unfortunately, I wasn't there,
I know.
and I
just
didn't
saying.
even talk to a lot of the people involved.
I'm
Those-
just
those
saying,
officer
if
two
you're the
models.
supervisor,
Yeah.
it would be super nice
Absolutely, man, for sure.
if you guys would take a swing by and stop them from doing that. You know, stop them from harassing people. They, obviously, the businesses aren't doing it. They could have stepped out and said, hey, don't smoke in front of our business.
Yeah.
But I'm not the only one, and they're forcing people to walk through it. And I know it's a simple thing. It's smoking. It's not assault.
But the fact that I told them not to do it, and they got that aggressive that fast.
I hear your frustration, man, for sure.
This isn't their first time doing it.
For sure.
And the girls accelerated it.
Yeah.
Her putting her hands on me, and I told him that. She put her hands on me first. That preceded all of everything. She grabbed my arm, and it was like shortly following that. I pulled away from her, and I told her not to touch me, and then he took a swing at me. That is literally battery. But you can't do much about it. Girls always get off. They always assault and accelerate everything, and then they get off, especially the college types.
Despite Brian's claims that the other man involved in the altercation was smoking in a designated smoke-free area and that some female bystanders involved themselves in the alleged assault on him, none of this has ever been confirmed.
Just, think about it. A lone guy with a group of freaking college kids after him, even if he's completely in the wrong, it's one guy against the whole group, and then you have the police come in on top and start freaking badgering him. That's a recipe for a bad situation if the person has less self-control.
Against all odds, Brian is finally driven to the hospital to have his face patched up and his vitals checked before he goes to the jail for booking. Brian was ultimately transported to Purgatory Correctional Facility and booked into jail on 1 count of criminal mischief, as well as 1 misdemeanor count of assault with substantial bodily injury. No additional information regarding the outcome of the incident, nor any charges related to the incident, were ever located.